You know what the biggest flaw with the Apple Watch Ultra is? It is so damn good. It makes you not want to put on any other smartwatch. So with that being said, Tight Shirt Terry Warfield, are you going to keep it? $799, are you gonna freaking keep it? And that answer is... What's up, y'all? Tight Shirt Terry Warfield back in the building. Hey, I hope you're having a great day so far. Remember to be thankful for your life because you didn't have to have that on with the meat and potatoes. A lot of y'all are here for photography, filmmaking, all that stuff. Well, today, unfortunately, we are back on the Apple Watch Ultra. This thing really has a hold on me, and if you haven't been following the saga so far, I've been kind of torn on it because it's very, very expensive. But before we get into all of that, a few things I want to say. Okay, I've read all the comments on the last video. I've seen all your snarky little remarks and stuff like that, and I'm gonna just say this is literally just a watch, okay? So it is okay for us to not agree with each other and give our perspectives and opinion on a freaking watch. We're not in here arguing about life issues. We're talking about a freaking watch. So before y'all get all disrespectful and all that stuff, just know that it's not that serious. And if you come in these comments being disrespectful, I will have to Will Smith you, as I said in the last video. Now, I got to give you some backstory for those that don't want to go back and watch the other videos. $799 for a watch to me is expensive, and I've been torn on this watch because, oh my God, I freaking love it. I love the Apple Watch Ultra. And for y'all that don't want to go back and rewatch all of the stuff that I said in the last video, let me give you some context so you don't have to go back and watch other episodes. Unless you want to, you can do that. But there's a lot of reasons why I really love this thing. So I'm going to briefly go through those, but I want to say this first, right? Yes, I am a Apple snob, okay? So you Samsung Knights, you Google Knights, although I love Samsung and Google. I got Samsung and Google devices everywhere. At the core, I am a Apple user. My work devices are all Apple. My creation devices are all Apple. So I mainly use Apple. So are there other watches out there that potentially may do things better than the $799 Apple Watch Ultra? Oh, absolutely. But what I'm saying is, for an Apple Watch, oh, this thing is fantastic. For Apple users, this is the watch that we've been waiting on. So Terry, why do you have all of these complaints? Okay, I'll get to that in 1 second. Let's talk about the things, let me recap, that I really, really love about the Apple Watch Ultra. And oh my God, the list is long, okay? First thing is first, display is right here in your face. 49 millimeter, I've wanted an Apple Watch with this big of a display for so freaking long. The display is bright outside. You can see it, it's no problem. It's big, it's bold, it's clear. I really love the flat design, how it's flush mounted to the body, and it just looks damn good, okay? I have another watch for comparison I brought right here. Is it something like this? Does it look good? No, and it's a little problem for me because I wear all gold jewelry, so it's titanium, but for what it is for an Apple Watch, oh my, this thing looks fantastic in comparison to something like the Apple Watch Series 7 or Series 8. I just don't like the way these looks. I've said this in other videos. I don't like the way Apple Watches look. So for this to be an Apple Watch, yes, for an Apple Watch, it looks fantastic. The screen is the first part of that equation. The second thing I really love is the construction. Now, I wish Apple would have came out with a different color scheme. Maybe like midnight or something like that. I get it. They wanted it to be rugged. They didn't want to put a coating on here. They don't want to get scratched up and all that stuff. Okay, I get all that. But I really wish they would have come out with a different color. But the body, the design of it, I really, really like. I really like how much more durable it is than the typical Apple Watch. And I know some of y'all have purchased like this stainless steel and ceramic and y'all paid all that money. I don't care. I did it. So for me, $799, yo, even though I really love how much more durable this stuff it is, it's still a lot of money. So all that being said, I love the screen. I love the build quality. I love the look of it. It does command a presence when you walk in the room. Literally everywhere I go, oh, what's that? Or is that the new Apple Watch Ultra? And I'm like, bow down. Yes, it's the Apple, it's the Apple Watch Ultra. So those are the first two things. The third thing that is a huge freaking deal to me are all of the safety features. And I didn't mention this in the last video, but I'm gonna mention it now. So, you know, the Apple Watch Ultra is packed full of technology, and in that way, yes, it's kind of worth $799. It's expensive, but when you think about all of the technology inside this watch, like the safety features, like that, a lot of people don't talk about the crash detection, all of the things that this watch have that could potentially save your life. I mean, we hope to never have to use that, but it's there. Number three is all of those built-in things. Now, am I going to use like the scuba diving feature and the base jumping feature? Come on, man. I'm black. I like staying on the ground and I'm a dad. Like, I don't do none of that crazy stuff. So my life consists of sports and YouTube and work and stuff like that. So am I going to use that stuff? No, but it's great to have it. Now that I got that out the way, number 4 for me is battery life. Now, if you haven't watched any videos, I did do a full day in the life battery test, so let me just spare you if you don't want to watch it. I'll put it up there anyways, but close to 60 hours on one freaking charge. And again, are there other smartwatches out there that potentially have better battery life? Of course, but for an Apple Watch, this is the first watch that you can literally trust it. You don't need to go to bed and be like, oh my God, I forgot to charge my watch and all of that stuff. And I can actually sleep track with this thing, which I couldn't do with this freaking watch because it's always freaking dead. But the Apple Watch Ultra, you could trust it. And that's simply put, you could trust the battery on this, and it charges fast. And that is huge for me. The next thing is the action button on the side. I said this in the last video. The action button is great. And a lot of y'all don't know that you can actually assign more shortcuts to that button through the Shortcuts app on the iPhone that won't come preloaded on the Apple Watch Ultra. Bet you didn't know that. That's another topic for another video. Lastly, the last major W for me is call quality. Yo, this is the first watch I've ever felt comfortable leaving my phone at home, because if I don't got my AirPods or something like that with me, I can still make calls from this thing and the calls sound amazing. The speakers are loud, even though we still can't listen to freaking music on them, Apple. But calls, the speakers are loud, the microphones are great. Nobody has ever been able to tell that I'm using a watch. They always be like, oh, it sounds like you're on a phone, it sounds like you're on a computer with a mic or something like that. Like, the call quality is really, really good on the Apple Watch Ultra. So all in all, what I'm saying is $799 has been a little difficult for me to swallow, because it is $799. I could do a whole lot with that money. And fundamentally, for my use case, it doesn't offer anything more than the Apple Watch Series 7. Sure, it does stuff better. It's like an Apple Watch Series 7 on steroids. But fundamentally, for my use case, besides those things we talked about, it doesn't really do anything more than the Series 7 does. The problem is, now that I've use the Ultra, like, I can't go back to anything else. That is the biggest flaw to Apple Watch Ultra to me, and maybe I'll title that video. Maybe I'll clickbait the mess out of y'all. Apple Watch Ultra's biggest flaw is that it's so damn good. It makes you not want to wear any other freaking Apple Watch. So with that being said, yes, I'm keeping it. I'm okay now. I wasn't before, but I'm okay now because I've used it, and I thought to myself, like, could I go back to this after using this? And that answer is no. And although it might be a tad overpriced, is it technically worth the money? Yes, there's so much technology packed into this thing, it's ridiculous. But all of those quality and life improvements for me make it worth the money. I can sleep track now. I can trust leaving my phone at home. I love the durability. I love the look of it. I love the call quality. I love how big the screen is. Like, this is just a complete package. And for y'all that are wondering what band this is, a lot of y'all asked in the last one, this is a UAG NATO band. I'll leave a link for it in the description. I don't like the bands that came with it. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video with a lot of third-party bands, because I do plan on getting a bunch of those. But all in all, am I keeping the Apple Watch Ultra? Yes, I've made my decision. I'm keeping it. It is staying in-house, and this is gonna go bye-bye. So anyways, I'm very curious to know what y'all think. I know a lot of people have been torn on this, as I have, and I'm happy to say I'm closing the saga, and I am gonna keep it. But let me know what you think down in the description. And again, there's a whole Apple Watch Ultra playlist up there if you want to check it out. But hey, I'm out of here. So that's all I got to say for the day. Yes, I'm keeping it. I'm so hyped that I get to keep this. It's mine. This is mine. All right, y'all. Peace of chicory, tight shirt, Terry Warford. I'm out. Love y'all. Peace.